That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Get me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome. Absolute pleasure to have everyone here, but in particular, Moxie Dame. The pleasurest of pleasures having her here.
It's gonna standing ovation. We're gonna keep going. 7 minutes
after last night.
Why not? Woo! No, my hands are tied. It's too much.
World record setters around here. Badger, how you doing today? Anything interesting happened recently?
No, I had a small little stream where nothing significant except for Moxie being on happened, and we totally have the best audience out there. And by we, I mean anyone in this corner of the internet, because obviously we all share them. Yeah, it was great. Thank you everyone for being there. Holy hell.
And as punishment, now he has to see Joker 2 today. He thought he was putting it off till Sunday.
Kill all my going. It's all right.
Oh, so did you make it back for some George the Giant Slayer podcast tomorrow? Or podcast stream?
Back. Yeah, he said yes. He said yes.
Ooh, excellent. So really good day streaming. Yes. And then Joker 2, and then some George the Giant Slayer podcast on.
But that's tomorrow.
I'm turning into a boomer. Oh
he's on Sunday.
Yeah, right after our stream tomorrow.
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah.
Gooch, you're not allowed to start your intro yet. I already told you I'm doing your intro for you. Okay. And then you can drop your promo codes. So we're having a war of the merches going on. And I finally got my Diabolical Souls in turquoise, I believe is the one I went with. I like blue. There's several options. And by that, I mean like 12 to 15 color options. All right. Beautiful. Liking the print. I'm thinking it's going to survive. Happy to see Hanes HD cotton. So legit. The thing though, feels a little rough, but it feels heavy duty. So it's going to last, like but it's not that premium softness. It doesn't look like it has a lot of form to it, but I'm hoping this one's definitely a wash beforehand. And
well, if you stroke it,
it's going to be a long laster. And in the end, the orgasm is going to be so much better at the end.
Oh my God.
Merchgasm. The merchgasm at the end is going to be so much better.
Tonight, all right, sorry. Sleep with Gooch.
I'm so popular. Everybody loves me so much.
All right, Gooch, feel free to do your own intro.
Keep it quick, though. I don't know how to do an intro after that.
Wash it inside out.
Happy to be here. Nice and clean and nicely shaved. Madscape, it's in the name. Try it on. Try it on, buddy. It's comfy. I'm telling you, it's a comfy t-shirt.
Model it.
Model it.
This is, I'm wearing a 9 line right now.
We're a C4 family around here, but that's all right. That's all right. That's a good one, too.
We just need to get Moxie one, and then
in blue.
Perfect transition into Moxie's intro. Say some words for us, Moxie. Who are you?
Do you have tank tops? They're
I do.
My thing. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. I have not seen these gentlemen in a very long time. It's great to be reunited.
After our world record-breaking stream.
Feels so good.
If I came prepared this time.
Oh my God!
I used to have a bubble gun. I'm so jealous.
Oh.
All right.
There you go.
You keep
doing ASMR in the morning.
I try not to shoot my bubbles off until after 30 minutes, but sometimes I can't help myself. Did I get you already, Gooch?
No. No.
When the bubbles hit you in the eye?
I had to burp.
Yeah.
So I had this forever. It was a manual bubble gun where you just did it and it was like did like the little fan. I love this thing, and then eventually gave it to like my niece and nephew. But bubble guns, they are magical and whimsical.
Some badges are cute and unassuming.
And honestly, I just put this together. You know what reminds me of the bubble guns from my youth?
Oh my goodness. Reminds me of something.
Honestly, a money shot, one could say. Okay, so we got to get into really, really important stuff, which is taking care of our chat, which brings us to the first important story, which is a meme from B-Man. I'm leaving this here for Nerd Wars. You're not trying to deliver aid to flood survivors, are you, son? We're probably going to talk about this tomorrow. If you do not hate the government, you will. And if you do really hate the government, you still don't hate them enough if you don't know what's going on with all the flood aid. People are literally turning to Elon Musk to do the job of the government right now. That's 2024. Can't wait for Donald Trump to win the election and then plunge us into
Daddy
civil war.
Musk buy YouTube?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's just like, save us, Space Daddy, save us. So
Star Wars too. While you're at it, I got ideas.
I will be finally doing the long-awaited video of top 5 reasons Rambo is the bad guy. So I had to buy the book. I'm doing my research, like 300 pages of research. So many pages. There aren't even any, like, there's no comic book art in here for some reason. I misprint or something. And then questions were asked in chat. This is my post-it note for order Rambo costume. So
to be fair, I make no arguments that in the book he may not be a murderer and things went different. I'm talking only about what was presented to me in the movie.
I'm making the video so we can stop fucking talking about it. So yes, yes.
That'll
the movie. They're different. All right, they're different. But reliable sources inform me that the book, he's definitely the bad guy. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of like courtroom drama-ing, and then we're gonna break out into musicals for some fucking reason. Oh my god.
I'm so
All right,
happy.
sorry. Still recovering from Joker 2. All right, let's see. Moving on. And all right. So not only did I get the Goot shirt way back when I got tricked into reading comic books and now I have a crippling addiction that's at least tax deductible now. Gary had recommended The Darkest Night, which I took to mean this, which is how I learned about the Batman Who Laughs, which I very much so enjoy as a character. He's figures like right there. So I've been wanting this for like a year plus, and I had to like read up because it's comic books. You can't just get into it. You have to spend like $300 just to build up to the beginning of the fucking story. And then eventually, long ago, I realized The Darkest Night is actually like the bad guy who's just like a shadow monster thing. Doesn't actually look that cool. But I finally have this. It's been like a year of wanting it. So as a collector and whatnot, I mean, it's like $15. I could have bought it whenever, but finally, like working up to it, I finally have it, and I got my Goot shirt.
And you're gonna sleep good tonight.
Good day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had an amazing day yesterday, and then we ended it off by going crazy.
I'll keep you warm tonight there.
All right, moving on. We got stories to talk about. We got stories to talk about.
Do we have stories?
You know what you need, Moxie? You need the little hands like Kristen Wiig, where she's grabbing for the bubbles in Saturday Night Live.
I thought about buying some of those like a week ago. I saw when I was looking for anime figures at the mall. I was like, I want those. But I'm like, what would I use them for? Moxie hadn't been here with her bubble gun yet.
Anything. I know.
All right. First, we were talking about Asmongold, who used to be like pretty woke, and he kind of goes like with the wind sometimes, but he's going through his like sanity and like based arc right now, and I'm here for it. So he's a pretty good barometer of what the more normie-ish nerds and gamers are thinking, because we're a little bit in our own bubbles. Not everyone is as interested in the culture war as we are. And Asmongold has, as he got pulled into the culture war, has pulled so many people into it. And I like watching his stuff just to see what he's saying, but most importantly, reading the comments, because you can see what the more people like outside of our bubble, our side of the internet, what they're saying, and what they are saying is literally exactly word for word what we are saying now. It's happening. We're taking over.
I like to imagine that he gave you this in quarters and just threw it at you.
Hey, I'll take it. Stop playing my acoustic guitar on the street for a second to pick it up. Thank you. I'm going to go buy drugs with that. All right. So
Asmongold is a normie +1. He's a normie +1. He does watch videos on the internet. He's a little bit more aware than your traditional off the street normie, but his takes are a little basic bitch in the grand scheme of things. Yes.
I mean, you compare him to like a Hassan, and he's like full blown MAGA in comparison, but still like he is what used to be in the middle. Now in the middle is like super far left socialist because the window has moved so much. So he's just a really good barometer for the culture wars and whatnot.
Speaking of far left socialist, we got a Canadian. No.
What?
Gooch.
I don't know what you're
Picking it
talking
up.
about.
Gooch. Just
I
start off with some
know.
Gooch tickets.
I know what you're doing.
Nah, you think you know, but you don't know. Don't
Yeah.
you try that funny stuff with me.
I almost had to look this up. Watching JoJo's original series, I finally figured out what he's talking about. There's a big monkey bad guy, like orangutan, but giant, like gorilla monkey thing, and he has a magic stand as well, which is a ship, a giant freighter ship. Most of them are like little fighty dudes, and his was
Booba?
I don't care about oxygen. I need boobies, nothing more.
So in JoJo's, your stand is like the weird spirit that like fights for you and protects you and all that stuff. And there are some very weird ones. The talking monkey with the ship, so far, I would say the weirdest. But as I said, my stand would be, because they have a color and then a ridiculous name. So I said mine would be Yellow Fever, and she'd be like a super hot anime chick with booba powers. Because they all have their own like unique powers, like move through reflections or whatever. So what would the booba power do? Distract people?
Blind you, distract you,
yeah, like a
you.
Confusion or something, like a Jinx
Ensnare.
Pokemon situation.
Ensnare, perhaps enslave, depending on the power level of the booba. Could, you now have a devoted
Moxie,
follower.
do you want to
Yeah,
give your
that's my
take on
answer.
that?
That's my answer.
I'm
Moxie, what would,
looking up something. There's an
I wanna-
anime. Which blade was it? It was Queen's Blade? That one?
Oh,
There was
Which-
Boba powers.
which blade?
there's an
That's-
actual
that's-
game
that-
where
that's
booba
when
powers
Tomax
was the
is.
thing. That's great. I approved this game.
Yeah, Tomok's probably already sent it to me. Oh, music reference, I hear. All right.
Queen's Blade.
Yellow Fever.
Queen's Blade.
Nice. Kingsblade.
Feel free to share the screen. I'm intrigued. Booba powers, you say?
You can't
All right.
find their videos on the YouTubes. They're a little
Oh, yeah.
inappropriate.
So there you go. Sorry.
They're on the boob tube.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Yeah, okay. Queen's Blade also featured a slime rabbit girl with groping hair and acid breast milk.
Sounds cultured. We just don't understand the East, you know, and we shouldn't have our hang-ups and stuff. But yeah, sometimes they go a little too crazy, which is like when they do that, that's when I see that, I think I would never recommend this to Badger. And I totally understand why some people don't like anime and think it's a bunch of weird creeper stuff, or Matt Walsh would maybe say that it was satanic, possibly.
Anime has a satanic vibe.
I'm still recovering
And,
from acid burns on a
Gooch-
completely unrelated note.
Gooch has yet to suggest one to me that doesn't have some kind of sexual, wait for it, stop, blah, 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 assault in it, Gooch. Jesus Christ, man.
Well,
Tomok hasn't even been sending me, though, so I get why anime might turn some people off.
Yeah.
But yeah, my stand would definitely be called Yellow Fever and have booba powers.
Future Diary.
Just more
How about
cultured.
that
Oh,
one?
oh wait, am I?
Future
So am
Diary.
I? Can I show this, Moxie? What are we? Oh Lord, have mercy!
Not
Thank-
showing anything.
Oh, fuck. Oh no!
Oh, yeah, nice
Oh,
stop.
fuck. Oh, that's for you, Tomok. All right, we'll share it a little bit later. All right.
Very, very bad.
Yeah, Nut Bunny seems like a man of culture. All right,
A
so
woman of
we're doing
culture.
news stories, right? All right, Asmongold declares we're winning following a report that admits Hollywood executives are battling fans. Interesting. That's literally the video I put out yesterday. He covers, when I watch his Asmongold Clips channel, sometimes I use that as research for articles. And a lot of times he covers the exact same stuff we are covering now. He literally accidentally
Sammy.
turned into one of us. Right, prison school, you cowards, what's going on?
One of us. I don't know. Sammy said something hot takey. I thought it was funny. What were
Okay,
you saying
I
about
don't buy
Amanda
this.
beyond that she should have worn that outfit that she wore at the Emmys?
Well,
I'm not buying this article. I just don't.
Which
I-
one? Friday? The
this-
Variety one?
The variety one for sure. The studios will say whatever they need to get people to buy in, to watch their content. So I just don't believe anything that they say. It's the same thing with Disney saying we're going to pull back, we're going to not do DEI and woke stuff anymore. We're going to get back to old school stuff. I don't believe that either. So all this is like, yeah, we're winning a couple little wars, our battles, we're not winning the war. We still have a long ways to go.
Yeah, we got to start winning battles before you win the war, though.
We barely
but
established beachheads. We've just had a bunch of little D-days to establish fucking beachheads. There's still the whole continent corrupted and contained and controlled.
And people can say that, you know, BlackRock and Vanguard are running out of money. They're not going to run out of money. They're not running out of money. They have play money.
Close.
They have play money, and what they're doing is they're ruining the market. That's what they're doing. They're buying all the stocks, and if you look closely, you'll see the percentage of stocks that they're buying.
Mark say they're tilling the fields a bit.
Yeah,
getting ready.
So I mean, I agree with that. That's why because obviously I happen to be interested in the one could say information war. One could even shorten that to say info war. And so I've been paying attention to media for quite some time with another unhealthy addiction. I literally check articles in bed before I wake up, and then I walk to the comic book shop while I'm checking articles. I have a problem. So
yeah, you should
back
check
in the day,
first thing in the morning on your way to the comic shop. That's a problem.
I was the only one wearing 9/11.
Intervention.
Yeah, I have problems. I was the only person wearing like 9/11 was an inside job shirt around my work for some reason, you know, half my life ago. And so for some people, when like, especially when you're newer, it feels like nothing's getting fixed or whatever, nothing's changing. But when you've been doing this for a while, like where we are now compared to when I started is insane. And one of the, you know, I like to say barometer because it makes me sound smart, is the more normie people. And that's where Asmongold is, where he used to kind of be more against us. But as the crazies get crazier and crazier, he ends up being closer and closer to us, starts coming around to his senses on some stuff, and then ends up becoming us on accident.
That's why everyone is far right, because they're so batshit that to the left that everyone is far of the right to them.
Exactly. And in this information war, like we're getting the beachhead, what we need is an army. That's why I'm all about getting everyone up off their butts, because it's literal information war. We need you guys fighting in it and whatnot. So
metaphor.
So not only is it about creating more small people and creating the new like entertainment, we got to get the big guys on our sides too. It's like an Elon on our side. In the culture war, Asmongold is like the equivalent of an Elon Musk. So having him on our side is a good thing. Plus, if you start saying stupid stuff, the commenters, his chat are so fucking base. So it's not even how much he's woken up. It's how much the people who watch him have. And a lot of people will complain about like a Matt Walsh or like a Daily Wire, how they're kind of conservative. And I agree, but they're great at reaching normies. And then once those normies wake up more, then eventually they seek out more information. And that's how they get away from the more normie gatekeep resources and get to us.
I think it's become that they've, and again, I've said this before, but they've flooded the market so much with DEI and everything, which
the message
that like it's in your work, it's in your after work, it's in like in the malls and the grocery stores, and then it's in our content, whatever we're watching, right? So it's everywhere, and no one feels like they can breathe anymore without having something shoved in their face. That's why people, I think, are just starting to pull back more and go, okay, enough's enough.
Stop it.
Because on that note, and not to like cut you off, but that was my experience because I was living in the Bay Area in 2016. I didn't realize how bad it was until I was working in Berkeley. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. What's happening? Right. And then they just keep pushing it and pushing it. It's like, whoa, what is going on? So I wasn't really paying attention to the Daily Wire, but that was a name that would pop up every now and then. I'm like, okay, so what's going on? What do they have to say about it? And then from there, after some time, I'm like, okay, I get what they're about. I don't need to watch them so much anymore. And I started seeking out other people. And then I found my tribe.
Everyone's eyes just now.
No, it's exactly that.
Hashtag Erwin is always right. She's exactly what I just said. Yes.
Glenn Greenwald.
Make fun of Ben Shapiro and stuff, but like appreciate what they do, because people can't go like zero to Alex Jones like I did when I was like 18 years old or whatever. You need those stepping stones. And for more normie people, like Asmongold can be a stepping stone. Moxie, keep talking.
Sure. But like I was never like strongly like any sort of political involvement. I wasn't paying attention to politics. I grew up religiously conservative. We didn't really pay attention to politics, but living in California, it's just kind of like, oh, this stuff is normal. Mostly like the being diverse was always kind of there, but not to the point that it got to where there were penalties for you if you did not meet certain criteria. Once it got to the like penalization of things, that was like, wait a second, or you have to use these words, this language now. It's like, whoa, wait, what?
Going after kids is another big red line for people.
Yeah. And especially once I had a child, then those other topics became more important because it's on my radar now. She starts going to school. Okay, now got to keep an eye on these teachers.
Did she have to make a nice little paper about how her white privilege or any disavowments? I've had family that had to. Yes.
Well, not yet. However, because she has special needs, they haven't gone that hard yet. But okay. So kids on the spectrum, as you know, love rainbows. Okay. And I do think
this is Gary's reason he left, by the way, is his kids on the spectrum, and they did go there. So he took them to a private
my
school.
My sister works with autistic kids, and they put a trans propaganda in the place that she worked at.
And on that line of thought is something that's like near and dear to me, because I feel like a lot of the people, the younger people, the teenagers, especially girls that are either not diagnosed or their type of autism is different than boys' autism. They're more inclined to, maybe I'm a boy versus I'm just awkward and I need to work through that.
It's a large portion.
I think a lot of the institutions, they prey on those special needs kids.
Literally,
they do, regardless 100%. Of the severity. And so it's not on my radar, but yeah, all of these things. And it, like you were saying, as far as Asmongold and like the progression of people like waking up basically to realizing how bad it is, it has to hit you. It has to hit you personally for you to care. You can't just, if you're not a gamer, you gamers and what you say about the games and the DEI, it kind of just is, yeah, okay, I get it, but it isn't personal to me. Everything else, it all stacks up though. It is a component. It is important, but I'm not personally affected. But when I get personally affected, I will go ham. So
that's anyone, right? Unfortunately, not to use the World War II analogy, but first they came for this, then by the time that's the point. They come one at a time, and no one gives a shit until it affects them. And then oftentimes, by the time you realize it affects them, it's too late. And in that case, look at all of our, because it's not just gamers. We also cover all of the destruction of our pop culture that has been taken over, obviously, by the same ideology. And yeah, while covering that, and why all of our female protagonists have been ugged up and to look like men, and you find the fun little medical industry that's turned on, you find out that a vast majority are simply kids that are autistic and or gay and would have grown up to be just gay people.
Sure.
But it's cycles, right? Because they did this in the 80s. You had a bunch of mothers, you had Biden's wife and a whole bunch of women getting together and trying to cancel music and trying to like get rid of like heavy metal, saying it's satanic, saying the language,
satanic panic.
They will. It's the same thing now. It's these women, white women, and white individuals. It's not
Sorry,
even.
Moxie, you're a unicorn here.
No, she's ginger. That's separate. She's a
but
minority.
you know what I'm saying. It's these stay-at-home moms that have like nothing better to do, and these other kids that are sitting there behind the keyboards and trying to figure out where their place is in life, and they
it's what we saw in
latch on to
Discord and TikTok.
Yeah,
they talk about how we're like the pipeline into bad stuff. No, the crazy leftists, or I've seen it happen with like coworkers where I warned the dude's dad, like, watch out for that. 6 months later, his son was now his daughter. And it was a weird reverse one who went from like libertarian to crazy socialist. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Because if you actually talk to the LGBTQ community, like the people,
we have a lot of them in our chat.
Yes, they hate it, and they're like, nothing's organic, nothing's natural, and what the fuck are they even fighting for now? There's like it's like they're pushing it too far, and so like it's just like everyone has to find something in their life to fight for, and this is the trend right now, and eventually it's going to die out. How long, I don't know, but it's going to die out, and then we're going to get a cycle of something else, and it's going to be just as ridiculous.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if Moxie was a normie. Normie in the fact that I had an more than full-time job. I was just focused on my job, my life, and all that other stuff. I wasn't able to tune into all the other like pop culture things and all that at the time. I hardly ever went to the movies. Like I was so absorbed in my work that I'll accept it. Normie, fine. I just wasn't paying attention to the political and social stuff that was happening, but I did. So
Well, that's how
But
they
as far
get
as like
people.
my baseline, but baseline, I was religiously conservative, so I still didn't like fit in with the Bay Area. I never did. But when it was like starting to get shoved down your throat, like you have to, your speech is compelled. You have to take what is it, unconscious bias classes. It's like, I think I'm good.
Do you have 2 pugs?
3. One's black. You can't see her unless you smile.
You were talking about the dogs. I thought you meant the puppies. Sorry. Yeah. The stamp dog. Those puppies are wild back there. Look at them.
Oh, no. Tomac went and did a thing. Oh my god.
No, buddy.
So
yes.
There's, like I said, there are reasons why I don't recommend certain anime to Badger.
What the fuck?
I might need to disavow on this one. He sent me the game. I accepted the gift as always, even if it's a Schmittler Schmecks game. And thank you, Tomac. I will get around to playing it eventually. Tomac, I'm worried about you. All right, 1 second. Back to Asmongold. Sorry, we had forgotten about Tomac.
My pronouns are sod Nazis.
All right, whoops, no, that's Battletech fans. So Asmongold, just like Moxie's literally like saying things that I keep saying over and over again, word for word, and Asmongold is doing it. And that's what I'm saying is the more people who are normies, they start saying what we're saying, the bigger the army gets in the info war. Now the fans
and they become racist and sexist and toxic bigots that are alt-right reactionary grifters.
Bigot army.
Yay! Shout out.
That's one of the things that wakes people up as well, is when they just have like a normal opinion and then they get called racist on that stuff and they realize, oh, all those people that I thought were bad, they probably just got called racist for no reason like I just did. And then bam, none of that works like ever again. Once you can get rid of like that, the name calling, that alone wakes people up. And yeah, Asmongold is a streamer. People complain all the time. He can, he's fine with the name calling. He's a balding, stinking like hoarder living in like a pile of trash. He works for himself. He's supported by his fan base, so he can say whatever the fuck he wants. And they hate us for being able to do that. Now the fans are the problem? No, you're the problem for trying to force it into the show. You either meet the audience expectations or you die in Minecraft. 5 gifties from Moxie. Gave me one of those. Actually, I didn't know if anyone was left in there.
I don't even know.
You are a good friend. You know what? Even if you killed somebody, I wouldn't turn you in.
Moxie, like, drops 5 gifties. Sorry.
Look at you.
Tip of the anime fedora to you.
Whoever got hit by Moxie, you got an extra, very special membership. Just saying.
Oh,
congratulations.
Extra bubbles.
Oh,
extra bubbles.
Peacock Strikes Back. Hail everyone. Shows up as a gray. Peacock, we're so happy to have you here, but
we never ended.
Grace,
did you leave? No, we just kept going. This is we top channels. It's the forever stream. This is the stream that never ends.
When we have the brain chips and we can like stream what our eyes are seeing, we could just stream our lives 24/7. Go like full Black Mirror.
Some people started streaming it, not knowing what it was, and now we'll keep on streaming forever just because this is the stream that never ends. Send your gifties. This is the stream. Okay, sorry. Goddamn, they really did make an Addiction Everloop song.
It's in the documentary. All right, so all right. Of course, in the Variety article said they're very vocal. They will just tell us if you do that, fans are going to retaliate. This was their focus group of super fans, allegedly. Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna be singing all fucking day now. Thanks, Badge. So in response to the alleged focus group of super fans, probably just telling them, hey, every idea you give us is stupid. This is a good decision. You know what this shows? It shows that we're winning, assuming it's actually happening. They're not just lying about these focus groups. You don't get to morally obligate an audience to buy your product. That's not how the world works. Nobody has to do that. And then what do we always talk about? Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, which was so cringe in the first one, and it would have been a disaster if they kept it. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, not only did it get it, Badger saw the trailer and Ala saw the trailer and thought, I not only want to watch that, I want to watch the first 2 to prepare myself for it.
Looked dope, looked emotional, looked
Sonic
good. And they're so mad they listened to us. So mad that they listened to us. And it was successful.
First of all, the focus groups.
Alleged.
Who are they selecting? Yeah, alleged
focus
focus group. Who are they selecting for this? Are they just getting people that
super
toadies
fans
that come in?
Super fans.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Super fans. I can't do it. Do the lispy one. Super thrill.
Super fans. I just do the Dave Filoni.
The super fans.
There you go.
Yeah, when Asmongold starts doing Dave Filoni impressions, we know
Yeah,
we'll
the
won.
super fan video from Lord of the Ring was the best.
That-
It's my goal, Galadriel.
Now, whenever I hear super fan, that is what I think of.
And then that chick that they go, she's like, right, well, like, I'm already watching House of the Dragon, right? So like, I can't be doing this. It's like, bitch, you went to the super fan thing.
Badger, let me speak, or I'm going to force you to stare at these wine moms from Agatha all along. How dare you?
Better with hair.
Did you guys see the Neuralink feed of what it saw after the person it was in died? That's not nightmare fuel, not at all. Oh no, I don't want to. And it's like giving people superpowers in video games. They're like hacking and stuff. We're gonna have a real cyberpunk situation on our hands. And I would rather be on the winning side. Like the humanity winning side would be awesome. Agatha all along, not on the humanity winning side.
I think it's not winning side; it's just the logical side.
Oh well, yeah. Exactly. And Asmongold, with the logic, what these companies and these writers believe is that they have some sort of moral authority to write these stories and then have everybody like them, or else you're racist. And if you don't like them, you are seen as the problem because all the shills said they like it, so everyone must like it, right? It doesn't matter whether you think that it should be this way or not. If the companies are making products and people don't like them, then they're not going to sell. And that's it. That's the bottom line. Literally, nothing else matters. Give us what we want. He literally, I think at some point says, give the fans what they want, which we literally have a clip for it. The customer is always right. All right.
We do.
And like I said, not only is it good that he is figuring all this out, his audience figuring out is what's important. So he's literally... all of these are just what we're talking about. He even talks about the diddler. This one is, all I can see is, Lord of the Rings books lack diversity. We got Stellar Blade up in here making fun of Starfield. He's one of us. He's just channeling this. It's us. Ubisoft is screwed. It's like, that's basically what the title for this stream is. And honestly, some of my tabs are from him. So not only is he us now, we're now grifting off of him as well. It's a wonderful cycle of scissoring. But we need to get to it. I know, yes. And like we talked about how like the chat and the fans don't belong to like one streamer. They're an amorphous, incredibly generous and attractive amorphous blob that moves around everywhere. So it's not just like these are Asmon fans. These are also fans of many other things as well. And the more people wake up, the more they're commenting about it. They hate comment sections. Because people trust comment sections over like mainstream media news. All right. We are being attacked by toxic fans. How are they attacking you? By not giving us their money. Just like we keep saying.
They actually think that.
They came crawling to the toxic fandom for help. Please help. Like our stuff, toxic fandom. Watch it backfire horribly because the super fans they chose aren't really fans of said franchise. What we were literally just talking about. One of us. Wait a minute. Didn't they try the super fans thing before? Rings of Power. See, that's what I'm saying. If people are coming around to the side of sanity, and we used to be seen as the crazies, and now somehow we are the normal ones. We are the media. We are the entertainment now. And they did it to themselves. Being normal. Well, also we talked about being normal equals hyper conservative. Yeah, toxic fans, bigotry. I fucking can't with these people. Defining all normal people as toxic. Oh my god, toxic fandoms have grown so powerful. They're us. It's us now. This is Ubisoft one. All right, scroll through all my VTuber clips. The fact that he thinks gamers are the reason the gaming industry is crumbling is the reason why the gaming industry is crumbling. I guess Ubisoft should get used to not owning their own company. This one got me. Oh, Ubisoft doesn't want us to own our own games? You ain't gonna own Ubisoft anymore. It's gonna be owned by the Chinese. Stop spreading hate. The employee of a company that spreads hate against its main customers. Vocal minority equals 95% of your customers, and you can ignore them equals company is in shambles. Mild shock. Get woke, go broke. They're all turning into us. Like, we had the woke mind virus infected everyone. Now we got the like reality mind virus coming.
You're the media now, as far as I'm concerned.
Don't tell RA said that. All right. Any thoughts on the normies waking up? Any normies in your guys' lives waking up? Any mama badgers trying to take over everything? Gooch, you see the kids base these days. Moxie, come on.
Oh, the kids hate
people get more base.
Hate it. Yeah, they play games like that are based pretty much. They don't really care for any of the other messaging, but they don't really know much. But they don't like. I've asked kids this year and like, do you like Star Wars? No, I hate that shit. Do you like Marvel? No, I don't care for that. If they do like Marvel, it's the old Captain America, Hulk, and Spider-Man, like the stuff that was before. So
yeah, that their parents probably shared with them.
But
now parents don't share it anymore because it sucks.
I'm in Canada, so you have to be very careful what you say and what you do,
or they will arrest you.
Well, they're not going to arrest you, but like they're going to like. There's talk of fines and stuff like that. But people are tired. We can't pay for groceries. We can't pay for rent. We have people that are like homeless. And
they shrinkflation my Cliff Bars. They're smaller and it's $5 in a box instead of $6 now. But I'm told the economy's fine now. God, sorry, go ahead, Gooch.
Yeah, no, it's people are struggling, and when they see this messaging being shoved in their face, they're just fuck off. I have things in life that are more important, like trying to feed my kids or get my kids into a school that are not forcing them to change. So it's a toxic environment right now. I feel like there's going to be like a civil war in the very near future. It's in the air.
Well, preferably we win the information war so we don't have to do that. That's why we fight the information war. Moxie, you got any thoughts?
The funny thing about that, it's like, well, that's fake news. Where'd you get that? Like that's not reliable. But yeah, they'll sit there and say, "Oh,
conspiracy."
CNN, yeah,
they say,
like,
"Oh, you're conspiracy."
So your information is accurate and true, but mine is not. So it's like okay,
but now they'd say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist," but now you're saying, "Here's Asmongold saying it." And what's also great is just the other day I saw in one of the clips he was covering a That Park Place article. So it's like we literally are the media now. And like back in my day, wearing my 9/11 was an inside job shirt, I was the only one with the tinfoil hat. Now everyone's wearing the tinfoil hat, so we just took them off now, and now we're just the normal people.
I was wearing a tinfoil hat when that happened too. So
wait, Moxie, what are you sharing?
So we don't have to watch the whole clip, but it's from the movie Network from 1976. It's the monologue. It's a really fucked up movie. But he says, "I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everyone knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everyone's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys in a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do. And there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy. So we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we are living in gets smaller. And all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone." And he says, "Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. And I want you to get up right now, stick your head out the window and yell, 'I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.'" It is one of the best monologues ever. And it's long, and I don't want to get you copyright claimed, but
it's weaponized nerd rage. It's the speech from V for Vendetta.
This may surprise you. This whole scene was in my documentary. Yes,
but
it's a classic.
It's cyclical. This stuff happens, and it has happened. And it's like, this is the next round of it. And you have to have that counter, argument, or it's just going to like railroad through. Like, people do have to get mad and they have to speak up,
Yeah. Well, you got to push back against it. And the great thing is when you push back against it, they cancel you hard. And now they do succeed in some cancellations, but compared to what they used to, cancel culture is practically dead. So more and more people can stand up, and the more mainstream people like Asmongold stand up, the more it inspires other more mainstream people to spire up. And we need like people like us more at the bottom. We need the big names. We need the people in the middle. We need every like layer of people waking that fuck up, because we need that InfoWar army as big as possible, so we don't have to move from an InfoWar to a civil war like they want us to.
I mean, with how the internet's taken over everything, social media, they can't craft, narratives surrounding individual people as well as they used to. They could just write a newspaper article or share something on local news, and that person would be done. But now there's too much information coming too fast at everybody. And it's like, okay, even if somebody now we're seeing, the R word allegations, Garth Brooks. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. However, as we've learned many times over and over now, let's wait for some of the facts to come out before we just jump.
Garth has always been retarded. I know he has been.
I know he has, but when it comes to legal accusations, criminal accusations,
being retarded?
especially no R wording.
That's the R word. Yeah, I know.
The other R word.
Racist is not a.
The other R word.
Yeah.
I'm listening and I'm like, oh, get it. There, you got it, Badger. Finally.
We just say graping around here. It's up the tree vine.
Oh, Joker 2 word.
Don't remind me.
But the other thing now too is they're trying to control the narrative by saying we're going to cancel false information. So now they're going to say you're giving false information or leading people on a misdirecting them, which again, you can't do that. You're going to go into a church. You're going to go into a church and say, "Hey, there's no such thing as Jesus. That's false. That never happened." Because that's basically what you're saying when you're talking about false information.
If Trump manages to beat the election fortification, Western governments worldwide are going to be passing all the misinformation and disinformation online bills, protect the child bills and whatnot, and they are going to get their online ID.
Master Wayne, Robin stole the car. He boosted the Jaguar. No, the other car. The Bentley? The other car. Yeah, thank you, Sammy. You made me laugh.
All right. Thank you, Rex. All right. Keep in your pants, though. All right. So we got to move back to Ubisoft. If I represent stream after Moxie had us listen to that. No, that's not the right thing. No, that was perfect. I love that clip so much. That's all. Like I said, I use that clip all the fucking time.
Moxie, we got to let him tire himself out, and then we'll get to talk like the last 40 minutes.
Right. Ubisoft might cut staff by 40%, around 8,000 people amid rumors of buyout. They're fucked. It's, long story short, they're fucked. And they're talking about Tencent, Chinese company doing it. And it's going to be, you thought the monetization was bad already. Oh my God, if Tencent buys it. And then speaking of monetization director Ubisoft lashes out at gamers and fellow developers because they are fucked. Badger, any thoughts on the fucktization of Ubisoft?
They're doing it really well, and they're going to continue to do it. Yeah, 99%.
Now, what if they did everything they can to lose even more fan support? Ubisoft employee melts down on LinkedIn amid chaos. So, of course, we got tweets, I'm assuming. Those tweets. I rarely post on social media, but today I'm sad, ashamed and sad. And that's at this point, you probably shouldn't post on social media. Seeing how gamers react on social media, wishing ill fate to companies and people like it is sad. And not only towards Ubisoft. So it's the classic, don't make fun of us for being idiots and getting ourselves fired by not giving the fans what they want. Blah, blah, blah. I'm the victim here. Stop spreading hate. Please, please, please. We should all uplift each other instead of bringing each other down. Then stop calling us racist and stuff. Ubisoft, you get what you deserve, which brings us
to... They're too busy self-pleasuring, like that they can't see beyond that. And it's like, oh, why doesn't everyone else like this? It's like, no one wants to watch you do this to yourself. It's gross.
We tried to tell them what the problem was, and they dismissed it.
And
so,
what virtue signalers hate
Bigot.
the most is when you like ignore their, you don't give them credit for their virtue signaling, because you virtue signal so you can get the virtue points, and when you don't give them the virtue points, it makes them mad, and then they call you racist bigots. So that way maybe you'll give them a couple virtue points. And then we're
People
gonna have
didn't get bullied
Neuralink,
enough when they were kids.
and our virtue points are gonna be a social
see?
credit score.
Oh, Moxie, you're so right. You're so right.
Scuba
It's
no
true.
character
I was
development.
bullied.
Consequences,
bullied.
consequences for your actions. You say
Yeah.
something stupid, you got a back end. Or you
We
got
tried
you know?
to tell them, and they dismissed it as toxic. And then people inside tried to tell them, and it was ignored because there was an element of toxic positivity.
Gross.
And then towards like what ABF says, it's fine that we try to assassinate Donald Trump 2 times because he's a threat to democracy. So they just justify whatever horrible thing with their twisted logic and projection and that sort of stuff. The double standards is one of the best things for waking people up. Badger, any thoughts?
Yeah, once it became a microtransaction, season pass, pulling out DLC to sell it back to us, bloated releases, buggy, knowing it was buggy.
Imagine holding back Deadshot's Afro daughter and
Lawless.
releasing her when it's been dead for half a year. All right, we have to do it. I'm sorry. I'm only pulling this up because I like the headline. Joker Folia do review a cinematic dick punch to $1 billion audience. He gets beat a lot in the movie, and I certainly felt like I was being beaten a lot. I felt like I did something wrong. That is for
Apparently,
sure.
he gets R-worded.
How much did they spend on?
You get racist?
Yeah, he gets called retarded
He gets,
several
he gets
times.
retarded. He gets retarded.
Chat does that to me every day.
Yeah. Yes.
Gooch, the answer to I believe your question is $200 million is how much they spent on it.
Oh boy, they're not going to make that back. Ooh.
Oh, I can't believe you would say that, you racist. Joker 2 earns $20 million in the film's domestic opening day, below The Flash and the Marvels.
Again.
Similar to Morbius. So maybe if we meme it enough, they'll take it out of theaters and then bring it back in. Now tracking for a 35 to 42 million opening weekend, almost 3 times lower than the first film that they spent a quarter of the money on or so.
I will what Rectitude Media here said. That's what I sort of said behind the screens. Was like, yeah. We've had a series of victories, but people have victories all the time and they still lose the war. This is just a bunch of beachheads getting people aware of the fact that everything else is still controlled. So buckle on, strap in.
We gotta celebrate our wins, because we also have to do things like watch Joker 2. So when we get some wins, we should celebrate them. Megalopolis. I didn't think something could get worse than Megalopolis. And then I saw Joker 2, and it's Megalopolis with a bunch of musical numbers. Megalopolis got a D+ cinema score. We finally got the Joker is at a D. A D cinema score under Megalopolis. We were reading yesterday where like 24% of people hate their friends enough to recommend this to them, and it had like a half-star rating. And it's not something that is so bad you should see it because you want to see what all the fuss is about and like laugh, point at it and laugh. No, run so far away unless you're Badger, and then you have to. Sucker.
So it's not like a Manos Hands of Fate situation, you know. You watch because it's so bad. It's good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I think it's just
I laughed, but only because I went so crazy. I turned into the Joker and couldn't help myself, and I laughed out of like desperation and like nervous like laughter, and it turned me into the Joker. I'm not. It's not a clickbait thumb title. It literally drove me crazy. It turned me into the Joker. I was like laughing in my car, losing my damn mind on the way back. Fuck, it was so bad.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more?
Yeah, I need to do that, but with
Need some more bubbles.
Megalopolis
You'll be fine.
and Joker. Yeah, honestly, I do need to pop some bubbles, some retail therapy or something. Like I said, I had to get this Catwoman statue to make up for Madam Web. I'm gonna get something real nice to make up for Joker 2. More thoughts on Joker 2? Oh no, okay, thank God. So this is an example of not giving the audience what they want. For some reason, the audience didn't want Lady Gaga and Joker 2 for singing Also, I want to be clear. Sorry, it's not a musical because they don't sing original songs. It's a karaoke original, so you don't need original musical stuff if you like musicals. But giving fans what they actually want, we got Coraline in remastered 3D. This is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen, and it's because I saw it in 3D in the theater, and it's 3D is amazing. And they brought it back recently, and it made like over $50 million when they brought it back. So they're bringing it back again for Halloween, but it's only 2 days. Oh man, I need to write a note. I need to see this. But
I listened to the audiobook of that not that long ago. It was really good, and kind of like, because the visuals are so stunning from the movie, I was able to like picture all of it and like the extra bits of information. I was able to create those images because it was such a striking film. I loved it.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah. Leica. Love me some Leica. Oh. Gooch, you got any thoughts on Coraline? You're an animation guy.
It's a great story, great film. I was just thinking when I saw that, I thought of DC's Dynamic Duo, that movie. I think they're going to try to capture that similar animation. Excuse me. As I die.
Don't die. Don't die.
For the new Dick Grayson, Jason Todd movie.
Oh, that Dynamic Duo thing.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to capture. But it for DC, like it does that. It doesn't gel. Like it's not a good look.
Facts.
I told you I'm an indie kid. I'm getting another timeline. I like Coraline, obviously.
It's great. Hey, like that animation's great. I have nothing against it, but it's great for those kind of stories because it fits. When you're trying to force like a DC, like especially Jason Todd, like he's a very aggressive character, and you're making him into this kind of playful puppet thing. Like it doesn't hit. It doesn't work.
Yeah, a little too Teen Titans go.
It's like taking Darth Vader and putting him into like making him a puppet.
Buckshow's also really good. Yeah, it takes away, like in that for like the menacingness. Yeah. All right. Speaking of things taken away, my soul, Agatha All Along viewership drops 33%. It's already worse than the Acolyte. Well, I mean, Acolyte's Star Wars, so I mean, that makes sense. But like still, like Disney, what are you doing? And what I've seen a couple more articles since we talked about it is they are still bragging about how it was the cheapest like Disney Plus series, like Marvel series that they've made, when it was still way too expensive and no one watched it. So overall, it's still got to be like a flop for them as far as what they're pulling in.
I don't hear anything about that series anymore. I hear nothing.
Except it's the cheapest.
Well, I heard that last week, but I mean, this week I heard nothing about Agatha. It's a dead series. Like it's
ABF for the next one. I think is going to be flying to Peru for the CIA, and honestly, no one's probably going to put a watch party on for it, and then there's a good chance just we stop watching it, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm literally the only reason they are still watching it, and they watch terrible stuff on purpose, and even they're like, Agatha is just too much. I'm like, but no, guys, it's for my job. All right, so Agatha was what, 4? We're 4 episodes in? 4 episodes in, so we got 5 more to go. Fuck. All right, so we get to talk about giving the fans what they want. We have a story about nothing until the very final episode, and then they did a story about something, and it's the worst episode of 170 episodes for some reason.
So disappointing.
Seinfeld, which, oh man, I definitely enjoyed me some Seinfeld. The characters definitely grow on you. You just enjoy seeing them interact, even if it's not necessarily funny. It's so like comfort food, but like comfort sitcom. When I watch stuff, normally I remove it from my list because I'm all about like marking out my post notes and whatnot. But I'm like, no, I'm keeping Seinfeld on my list so that way I can fall asleep to Seinfeld. Cozy comedy.
Hello.
And
la la la. At least you get some of the jokes now.
Now I finally understand what they're saying. Most of the time still, I would say I had to go through your Twitter media to get a picture of you for the thumbnail. And I did notice a Seinfeld meme. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, she's going to fit in. And then I had to go through about 75 other memes. You do more memes and GIFs than I do to get to a picture.
She hit us with some quotes last night.
The Office. It was great.
Are you going to do a Festivus stream now?
When is
Festivus for the rest of us?
Yeah, the 23rd.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I air my grievances every time I'm on the stream.
But first you have to defeat Gooch in the feature.
I'm doing a Festivus
we have to wrestle.
stream. Because I got a lot of things I want to say to you people.
You got to pin him.
We got to get lubed up. Yeah. We need our 100 gallons of the Diddler lube. But chat, it's going to be too expensive. We're going to have to crowdfund for the lube. Please help us out so me and Gooch can get all lubed up.
Festivus stream is coming.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's a fantastic idea.
I had to, there were more clips I wanted. Let's see. How many Seinfeld clips did we end up at?
What was in the poll?
4, 6,
a lot.
8,
They
10,
shrank?
12, 13. But
Like
I think there's
frightened
another
turtle.
one.
Like laundry?
Here?
I don't know how you walk around with those things.
All right. So we're at 14 because this one's hidden up at the top.
You are a good friend. You know what? Even if you killed somebody, I wouldn't turn you in.
Yeah.
Stop breaking. All right. So I'm a man of comedy. You guys are going to get mad at me. I'm going to make it quick. I'm more of like a Modern Family, Arrested Development, Community kind of a guy where you get a little extra meta, a little bit more thought put into callbacks and connecting stuff. But like as far as just a sitcom about nothing goes, like fucking perfect.
You had me at Arrested Development.
Well, it's a bit more of a smarter comedy rather than a comedy about nothing. Both really good in their own ways, but I would prefer, like, give me some Dan Harmon or whatever. But I did 170 some episodes in just I think a few days over a month. So I averaged like over 5 Seinfelds a day. So I'm literally having Seinfeld withdrawals. I keep thinking, oh, what do I need to watch? And I keep thinking, oh, Seinfeld. And I'm like, oh no, I already finished Seinfeld. I've done it like 3 times since I finished Seinfeld.
You rewatch it?
I can't quit.
I watch an episode a day pretty much. Like it's on reruns. Like
who doesn't?
If I'm cooking or eating, it's on.
It's on.
You just watch Seinfeld now. That's what you do.
You don't even need to like have eyeballs on it. It's just on, and you're watching it while you're in the other room. You're listening to it,
and you know exactly what's happening.
Yes.
Well, that's why it was perfect to have on like while editing and whatnot. That's one of the reasons I was able to go through it so quickly. So I got paid to watch Seinfeld.
This is Frank Costanza.
Love you guys.
You think you can keep me out of Del Boca Vista?
There's T-shirts that fucking say like Del Boca Vista, and
we're living in a society. We're supposed to act in a civilized way.
Hot, right?
Del Boca Vista.
Del Boca Vista.
Nice.
Well, if you haven't noticed, he probably comes through doorways very animated.
I definitely felt very represented by Kramer. If I had to choose which one I would be, I don't know who people would say I would be, but Kramer would be the one I like to imagine. But doesn't everyone like to imagine that they're the Kramer?
No, I would imagine you as Kramer. I always think myself as sometimes I switch back and forth between George and Jerry, but I'm more of a George. But
I'm eccentric, maybe not necessarily everyone's taste, but only one character gets the applause when they come to the apartment, and it's me because the applause is mandatory.
I get angry the way George.
All right. Other side, as humanity's last hope, lead your army to combat in an intricate dance of spectacular actions and counters using an original dynamic timeline system and face fearsome bosses and epic battles.
Well, the jerk store called. They're running out of you.
Thank you.
Yes, I love that.
Tomac for other side. I don't know what it is, but I'm more likely to play that than the last game you sent me. Thank you, Tomac. You're the best.
That's right. By the way, I've seen a lot of derogatory comments, and I want you all to understand something.
They're real and they're spectacular.
Oh,
stop that now, you thirsty boys.
Are you guys talking about me, right?
Yes, of course I was talking about you.
I'm meaning to start working out. Jeez, guys, stop shaming me.
For you.
It's Fasuli Jerry.
Oh my god!
I was gonna
ask for
that
they stuck something up there.
Yeah.
It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah, and then that and the Ass Man is the same episode. Like, yeah, definitely. Like, one of the things for judging like 80s and 90s movies and whatnot has been like quotable lines, and Seinfeld definitely excels at quotable lines.
Okay, so when you're on a highway and the lanes suddenly get a little bigger, do you think luxury lanes? Do you? Thank you.
Yes.
Every time. Luxury
Like Europe
lane.
and stuff, they'll have like emergency lanes and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's one. Any of the episodes where like Kramer had some weird like grift or something he was doing. Yeah. Obviously, Kramer was the best character.
My favorite part of that whole episode is when he looks back, George looks back at the thing and he goes, bread. And he goes, "You're pushing your luck, little man."
Oh, wait, yeah, you do have the salt and pepper. You have the ambiguously like ethnic European or Latino look to you. I think you can pull it off. Plus the chef vibe.
Swarthy is what you're going for there, but that's all right.
Who won't wear the ribbon?
And then they showed up at the very end. I love that.
Chocolate babka.
The final like season or two, they finally started doing callbacks to previous episodes, which
Give
made
me
me
that
happy.
babka, you old hag.
Oh, but yeah, when they get put on trial and whatnot. Oh my God, yeah. Actually, let's just not even talk about the trial. It didn't happen.
It's
The
a
Marble Rye.
clip
The Marble
show.
Rye.
It's a
Marble
glorified
Rye.
clip show.
It's a dream.
The black
I
and white
honestly
cookie.
don't even think of it as reality. Like in my head canon, that's not like a real.
Jerry gets stabbed at the end, and then someone else.
Yeah, then someone.
No, hush, spoiler alert. Wait, what
Oh
is
my
that
God.
one? Oh,
The rotisserie chicken or turkey.
Yeah.
was it just like a sticker pack, or what's going on?
Yeah.
there? Okay.
I got it
Corinne,
for,
we got to get
Christmas
you
gift.
one of the Kramer pictures of him posing in the boxers on the thing, but we'll get your face superimposed. You are Kramer.
Oh, I
I'll
love
get
it.
on that. I think we should.
Great.
We should force Tech Rat to
The yada
Photoshop that one.
yada, the top of the muffin, the puffy shirt.
I was at the
Gross.
pool.
I don't want to be a pirate.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a cowboy. Was the other one I just saw?
This is my favorite. Little Jerry. Hey, little Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, quotable or two.
good.
So quotable, you can have 100 pack of stickers of it. All right. So one beloved franchise to another. I was top of my list of things to watch. I was thinking about hanging out with my buddies, even want to watch something because he's got a nice big TV and soundbar and stuff. And at the top was American Gangster, which he'd been wanting to watch. And I'm like, yes, get some more Denzel in my life. But then I saw a disgusting film. Today's James Bond Day. And I haven't watched I think Goldfinger or something on the list. I'm like, I think maybe I should watch a James Bond movie today instead, which begs the question. I think Goldfinger is the one you guys put on my list. What James Bond movie do I watch today?
I
for
would have
James
said
Bond
Dr.
Day?
No. I would have said Dr. No.
In the
but
running? Yeah, we'll throw up a poll in chat.
it's like the first one with Sean, and it was the first one I watched.
I mean, I think
To
Goldfinger.
From Russia with Love.
That's the second one, but also good.
Yeah.
And in HD, you can see all the nudity.
Ooh,
All right,
oh my.
you've got me. I'll put that one at the top of the poll. With love. Moxie, you a James Bond fan at all?
I like those. Also good. The one that I
Do you
saw
have
when I
another
was a kid-
suggestion?
Another
Goldeneye?
suggestion.
Pierce Brosnan.
Goldeneye's good.
I'm at Goldeneye.
I did Goldeneye.
I need more Pierce Brosnan in my life. Yeah, what were you gonna say? The one you saw?
Remember.
Pierce Brosnan was my first introduction.
Oh wait,
But-
how about I replace Goldeneye with Austin Powers and watch Austin? Leave the option for Austin Powers for
No.
James. No, no, Gooch, you're vetoing me.
Yep.
Nerd alert!
Whipping out his 30% female demographic. Fine. I'll cross out Austin and it's back to Goldeneye. All right.
You just got
Wait, no.
blocked.
Well, I've seen Goldeneye though. So honestly, I
Also
feel like-
watch one of the Connery ones.
Which one? What's that? Wait, are none of these the Connery ones?
Dr. No, From Russia with Love,
Yeah.
Goldfinger, in that order as they were released, are all Sean Connery movies.
Oh, okay.
Goldeneye is the first movie with Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Yes.
Or Pierce Brosnan if you're Gary.
Did he do more? I don't remember any
did
of
like
them once
four.
he did after
He did like
Goldeneye.
4 or
did?
5.
I could
I
not
think he
name
did
them.
5.
Yeah. Tomorrow Never Dies. There's one where
Corn Boy's head's in the right place.
there's one where oh my god, what's her fucking name? She was with
this-
Charlie Sheen.
The Spy Who Loved Me, which is basically Austin Powers. All right.
Wild
Spy Who Loved Me.
Things.
Melody Christmas.
Denise Richards. No, Denise Richards. Yeah. Christmas.
I changed my mind. Wild Things. I changed my mind to the first couple minutes of Wild Things.
Christmas really does come twice a year.
Am I thinking the right movie? The pool scene or whatever intro? Which one's that? Which one's the naked pool scene? Is that Wild? Okay, yeah. I changed my mind. It's no longer James Bond Day. It's Wild Things Day.
Christmas Jones. Thank you.
Christmas Jones.
Thank you, chat. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yeah, Octopussy, Living Daylights. Try that one. Oh.
Yeah. Oh boy. Pierce.
All right. Let's move to pull something up for you while I'm doing this. All right. So, Gooch, do you know anything about this whole DC Comics All In? Scott Snyder doing the last ditch effort to try to save DC Comics. This is about like the absolute Batman is with and stuff.
They do this every like 3 to 5 years. They bring in and they sit there try to bring like they did it like Snyder did it with Capullo, or actually it was Jacques in Detective Comics, early 2000s, and then they did it again with the New 52 with Snyder and Capullo, and then they did it again with Capullo and Snyder doing Dark Metal, and now they're trying to capture it again. But like DC is so far gone, like no one's really buying that. Like I am struggling trying to get through these Batman books, and it's not even that it's got any kind of messaging. It's just bad writing. It's just really bad writing. And even some of the Spawn, like Rat City for Spawn, do not read that. That is terrible. But yeah, DC's struggling. Like they have the writing is not very good. Like the artwork, there's some really good artwork there, but there's nothing worthy of reading. Like I'm basically just buying King Spawn, and going back to the older issues.
So I think yesterday at the comic book shop, or not the comic book shop, the used bookstore, there were two people who were definitely some comic book fans who I overheard talking, and they brought this All In up. And then they actually brought up the absolute Batman that we keep bad mouthing because of the terrible design. And they were like, I like the design. People just complain. They need to switch it up or else it gets stale. And it's like, yeah, switch it up to like, the Batman Who Laughs and whatnot. Like a really cool design, not one where you have that ridiculous bat axe on your chest that you can pull out to use as an actual axe when you got your like 3-way cape going around, flying around you in the back when you're like 8 feet wide and stuff like that. So we actually get down. So they liked it, but they seemed, there's a reason I didn't start talking about comic books. This, I will say, I'm probably going to have to make it a little smaller. I kind of like this one a bit more. This is definitely a better rendition of it.
I don't like it. That's a better rendition. Would you agree? I still hate it.
Better rendition still.
I hate the Batman symbol. I hate it's just like a big black block. It's not even
the wings. The cape. Because he's got like a 3-part cape. I thought it was 3-part. Now it's only like 2. But yeah, this is a cape. I didn't even realize he had a cape on. I had to look for it. I'm like, oh, that weird black stuff is his cape.
I don't mind that. It's the actual logo on the chest. Like I hate that.
What about spikes on shoulders? Because those are the only thing I've been like, I could live with some spikes on shoulders at the rest
boy shorts.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, it looks like them trying to do like a Dragon Quest II remake, like cover up of skin.
Well, it looks like he's a UFC fighter. Like it's
correct. And so the rumor is that this whole All In is literally them going all in. They got like nothing left. So they are going all chips on the table. And that's what they're going with.
And it comes off his chest with a fucking clip handle and becomes a battle axe.
Yeah. And they brought up the bat signal as well. The comic book nerds. So some people like DC's direction, I guess. Not enough to keep them in business.
No, it's on its last legs.
Correct.
Like comics are in general are on its last legs. Never mind DC. Like no one's really going out to buy. Like if they're buying comics, but they're buying the older issues. My close friend Jeremy of Galaxy Comics, he's selling tons of the older issues. He's selling a lot of Spawn. He's selling a lot of figurines, but he's not selling the newer stuff.
Yeah, I see the stacks of it all the time when I go to the comic book shop. And then they talk about in this too is Batman's the only thing that does sell. So if you make it to where Batman doesn't sell either, then you're permafucked.
Which one is this night where they gave a definitive origin? Because I just bought this and I haven't got the chance to read it yet. Joker year one. I'm assuming if there's a fucking origin, it's going to show it in this one.
Zdarsky?
Zdarsky, yeah.
Chip Zdarsky.
Chip.
Fail safe worth a damn?
I've got him and I haven't read him yet. And it's the one where he falls back. He's got a robot that they make, the super powerful robot failsafe, and I think he goes into his Batman of Zorander.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's not.
Yeah.
Skip then. All right. Yeah, I thought you had told me that.
Speaking of which,
hold on. We make things bigger. What?
It shrinks. Yeah.
Who are any of those?
The Batman of Zorander. It's his alternate identity that he like pre-programmed his brain with in case he loses himself. It's like a base level Batman or some shit, but then apparently there's a fucking multiverse. You know what it is.
Awesome.
Sorry.
All right. So I was someone who should have been reading comic books for a long time, and then I finally got into a little bit. It took me a long road to finally get around to it on account of the industry hating me and me having to like not give them money and not know what I could buy because I didn't know who hated me or not. So my question is, what's going on?
That's what I mean. Good.
Oh, okay.
He's bleached and he's putting on skin makeup to try and look normal.
Yes, correct.
That's what I want my Robin. That's what I want my Joker to be like. I need him to be bleached with the chemical bath and all that.
So Moxie, are you do you own any comic books? Are you a comic book reader?
I'm not a comic book reader. I own some.
That's all the time we have. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, because like it took me a while. It took like the Rip-a-verse to get me to all right, I'll buy it because I want to support him. And I'm like, oh, I want to read more comics, but I can't wait another like 6 months to get another comic book. So I kind of started dabbling, and then I had to get some suggestions because like I read in so because I read in like high school and whatnot, and I like all the nerd stuff and what have you. So I should have been someone reading comic books. I read so many. I want to make a comic book. So it's like the industry is so terrible and actually toxic that someone who should be giving them money chooses not to because of how terrible the people are. Ooh. Like for comic books, would you want to read more, or you just like don't even care or anything? Because you're someone who should be a potential customer for some comic books. What are your thoughts on comics these days?
Badger would like that.
I appreciate them. I think they're awesome. It's just not a media that I've really like dived into, and at this point I'm 40, I'm a mom, I've got 3 jobs, and it's like adding like hobbies is kind of difficult for me.
You can read it on the toilet, not to be crass, but just say, look at that.
My read list is like 4 pages long. My watch list is like 2 pages long. I don't know who's to pull up. He wins. Yeah, Spawn wins.
Ooh.
Yeah, yesterday I got to play a bunch of Chrono Trigger, one of the greatest games ever made. I got to read a bunch of Spawn, one of the greatest comic books ever made, and then I finished off the night after the craziness of Badger stream with some Demon Slayer. One of the best animes ever made. Holy crap, I'm loving it. It definitely deserves all the praise. So yeah, I had an excellent day yesterday. So much good stuff to help me cope with having to see Joker 2. But yeah, Joker 2 with the failing, the DC Comics failing, not putting out things people are happy with, James Gunn making all the terrible decisions. He's just DOA. What's going on? Ooh, okay, yeah. I keep seeing some Burn. There's a Burn Hulk. I really want to get some Burn
Help
Superman.
us focus.
Yes, thank you, Mox.
Bring it back.
The linchpin to reality.
Yeah, they're
Scooby.
just
I live in a
killing
very
everything.
rural town. I don't have those stores.
You got that Amazon?
I know, but then it's like, where do I start? It's as a new person, it's like, where do I start?
Correct.
Thank you. You just asked us, so we'll tell you the beginning of ones to get for whatever character you decide.
That's the perfect answer to my question is like, what keeps you away from it and what have you, and then not having the comic book shops, that hurts. Because when I wanted to read some more, I went there. After going there for a few months, it changed owners because the old guy sold it because he didn't want to be in the comic business anymore. So it's already been changed. So that helped a lot.
We used to have a small comic book store, and it was great. They had tabletop gaming. There were HeroClix tournaments. There were like lots of cool stuff happening. I think I was probably 21-ish at the time, and then that didn't last very long. The owner ended up moving, and they tried to open it. Somebody else tried to open up another one, but it just kind of never really took off here. So, but the environment was fun. We used to hang out there all the time.
So YouTubers, comic book recommendations, and then going to an LCS is what finally got me in. And then I read Batman Hush, and I was immediately hooked. And then read some more things people had suggested. And one of those things that had been suggested and all that was Gary saying, The Darkest Night, and that was over a year ago, and now I finally, it's fine. It's no longer in my Amazon save for later. Thank God. So, like, I should have been reading. I wasn't because of how terrible they all are. And then because of Ribba, I gave it a chance and then wanted more. Read one of the classics back when like Batman and all that stuff was actually good. And then I got hooked. And I'm so hooked, I have a problem, and I want to write my own comic book. So the fact that they kept me out of buying their products because they're so terrible, like they just, on me alone, they lost out on like thousands of potential dollars by keeping me away. Fuck these people. Sorry, Moxie, any thoughts?
Well, you're really selling it for me. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'll sell. I'm pulling out Batman Hush right now.
Developing a growing obsession and another area to spend lots of money.
Yes. Sure. Let's give you all the reasons.
What kind of material do you like? That's the big question. Like, are you like, if you were to buy a
superheroes,
comic,
horror, sci-fi,
yeah,
manga,
gritty, dark? Oh,
I would say the answer is Batman Gatekeeper. Yes, I got it. I'm making
Moxie,
that another one.
You just
another one.
Think about the things that you like.
I guess I'll probably start somewhere in the Batman.
There we go.
Batman,
so you're
good.
one. Nice, easy beginning.
Okay.
The first stories. Great animated
you
movie
gotta
you could
go.
also just watch.
Because they're characters that I'm already invested in versus just starting a new one and like, okay, who's this bitch? Why do I like them? Why do I hate them? Like, just for as far as like an introductory drug, I think I would have to be invested in the characters already for it to really see, give me
I saw a Huntress's butt here, and then that's the moment when I became a comic book addict, when I saw Huntress's butt.
Speaking of a fat truck. Gatekeeper for 50. Sup, guys? I've recently got back into tracking down comics I used to have or just ones I loved. Currently working on the Warren publishing of Vampirella.
I've seen a couple of Vampirellas in the last few days, and I might have to get into collecting those too.
Erwin, I love your energy on every stream you're on.
What do you mean?
And Badger, you're the best
He's
with
so
voice
subdued.
impressions. Thank you. Thank you, Gatekeeper. What's that? We're second only to Gary, like you told us yesterday?
Yes, I'll probably work that into the meme. Also, Gatekeeper, we saw you show up at the very end of the pre-FNT stream. Sorry we didn't shout you out. We saw it afterwards, though, and we're like, Gatekeeper!
And also because I meant to play this yesterday. Oopsie.
Angry Badger. That's fucking awesome, man. Well done. Well done.
Gatekeeper, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for both of your insane super chats yesterday.
Definitely there last night.
Honestly, I was trying to explain.
You're missing one. There's another one.
Holy!
Oh my God, he did it again. Okay, for 50. Shout out Mama Badger, Scooby Pup, Snarky J, Hypnotic, ABF, Epic Mike, X-Ray Girl, Film Threat, Verbal Riot, Sammy 3P, Blue Collar, Loser, Smash JT, and blessings to the Epic Angel. I'm sorry I didn't have cooler photos, Gooch, but I don't take many.
They're good. They're good. I had a chuckle. You with the snake had me laughing. I'm not gonna lie there.
Right.
You're great, dude.
Gatekeeper, I need top 5 for the meme. Another one. So obviously Gary's on there. I think we got to do Epic Mike. Oh, let's see, Epic Mike. Snarky J. I know he loves his Snarky J. We do as well. All right, I need 2 more for you, Gatekeeper. Who's making it on there? Another one. Another one. And then honestly, I think we'll have to do a second another one for when he does the double donos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
I love making memes for you guys. I've got the greatest job. I love you guys.
Of chats.
Like literally when I was going on a walk in the park yesterday, I wanted to cry. Oh. Yeah, it was when I realized
use the F word.
My job is being the warm-up act for F&T. I'm like, man, chat, you guys make magic happen. Unlike DC Comics, right? Oh, speaking of making magic happen, give people what they want. So Zenless Zone Zero, which is the Hoyoverse, which is the people where they were like complaining about skin colors and all that stuff. And then one of the admins or whatever said, it's a video game, get over it. And then they started a whole boycott over it and calling them racist and whatnot. Well, they tried it again with the shippers. Western Zenless Zone Zero fans lose their minds after Hoyoverse debunks lesbian Caesar King headcanon. So the shippers always like making the gay ships and whatnot. And a lot of times, they'll just let the fans do what they want. But they had to come out and they're like, yeah, nah, he's straight.
You know what,
Imagine a Western
Grapweb?
company doing that.
Erwin yelled at me earlier, and I stopped talking, and I'm sorry. Cancel Disney Plus. I'm so sorry, Grapweb.
Oh my God! Like thousands of people probably signed up for Disney Plus because we got to that late. I'm so sorry, Graph. Also, shout out, man.
You deserve all of that right there. I'm so sorry.
No, we're the worst. We're distracted by Moxie. Aren't we all distracted by Moxie right now?
I'm so shamed. I'm going to go pee and
It's
shame.
Thomas.
Give the fans what they want. Yes,
Faithless
correct.
Thomas.
Moxie, you got any thoughts on Eastern anime games and whatnot? Actually, giving fans what they want.
Any thoughts on them doing it or not giving them what
Versus the West purposely destroying everything while Zenless Zone Zero makes millions and millions of dollars a month.
They're actually interested in putting out a quality product that people will enjoy and also makes them lots of money. So
correct.
Imagine that.
A player enjoyment equals they give us money.
It's a wild concept, but yeah, I think they're doing business correctly.
I would agree. Gooch, any thoughts on East versus West? As an avid anime fan,
the East don't give a shit what the West is doing. They're going to do what they want to do, and it's all about storytelling. It's they follow the rules. They want you have character depth. You're invested in the story, and they just know how to, promote it just by that. They don't do it a lot. They don't overdo it. They just put it out there and say, if you're going to like it, you're going to like it because of this, and you're going to come back because of this. So it's the smart way of going about it.
Yep.
Correct. And you get to continue.
They're good at that.
You can keep your job instead of selling yourself to Tencent, which, speaking of Chinese companies, the people behind Zenless Zone Zero is a Chinese company as well. And a lot of their their fan base where they make most of their money is China as well. So when the Chinese are less woke than the West, we have a problem, guys. So at this point, some people are like, honestly, Tencent buying Ubisoft, not the best, but better than Ubisoft. Yeah, Badger, longtime Ubisoft fan. Would you rather Tencent or Ubisoft be running Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, but it's the same thing because it would be in conjunction with the Guillemot brothers. The fucker is the CEO already. It's an inside job. The call is coming from inside the house. He's already a lot of sit back and let it happen going on. He's already letting everything be destroyed so that he and his fucking demon Chinese partners can come in and take everything and further ruin
Allegedly,
it.
demon.
Sure. I smell sulfur. This is right along what we've heard about. We had that AJ Investments talking about they should go private. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Yeah, this seems exactly. Now, what they would do once they take it private, I continue to ideology it up without having to explain themselves to stakeholders. We don't even talk about stockholders.
No, I don't see that. If you're going to go private, you're going pure capitalism. You want to build.
But then why wouldn't you already do that, Gooch? Because that's what the fucking stakeholders are now screaming for.
Because you don't have full control and you don't have to resort to a board. Then you have full say.
I don't know. The board is the one. Yeah, we'll see. I guess
you have no one to answer to. You can do and make as much money as you want.
Why yes, Saber?
Remember that the First Descendant was making so much money that they put out costumes trolling Concord. Good times. Wait, they did? My buddy still plays that. And honestly, the gameplay isn't that great. The grind and the gameplay loop isn't very good. Like all the good costumes you have to pay actual money for. The drop rates are still pretty terrible. And people keep giving them so much money because they put pretty anime girls in it.
And it used to be shareholders. They changed it specifically to people who have majority amounts. They don't give a fuck if you have whatever percentage. You don't qualify anymore.
That gets into all the whatever capitalism, stakeholder capitalism nonsense, which gets that's all the ESG, SDG, United Nations,
Right.
Bilderberg, WEF nonsense. And it's how it doesn't matter, like, because you're supposed to make money for your shareholders, but they stopped doing that and did the woke stuff. So it's like, well, the shareholders don't matter. The stakeholders do, and we have to do everything good, and you can't complain about it because we're being virtuous, destroying everything on purpose.
Right.
So yeah, that's why they have to do stakeholders, because otherwise, state attorney general say, "Hey, you are not doing your fiduciary duty," and fiduciary duties is how we're going to win this.
Yes, unfortunately, that is, because we've heard that a couple. That's like the whole Disney thing, right? You are not doing your fiduciary duty. You are letting an ideology stop you from putting out good product that is profitable.
Speaking of good products and profitability,
we can. Yes.
Starfield's first expansion just released, guy. You might be asking yourself, Starfield's getting an expansion? Yes, and when they showcased it at the Gamescoms or whatever it is in Germany, it was basically just, hey, you have a vehicle with a booster and you can go off like some jumps and fly around. And then as soon as people got to play it, they just showed all the broken glitches of the car just flying through everywhere and whatnot. And it receives mostly negative Steam reviews as game sees peak player counts decline by 95%. They put it out and I think it raised by, I'll have to look at it. I think it raised by like 2,000 players.
You know, I beat Starfield
briefly
twice, right?
Did?
New Game Plus all the way through and stop halfway through my third one.
Tell us more.
So there's an entire faction that's missing, even though you fight some of its people. House of Varun, and their planet is specifically hidden. This is the first tailored like soup, because everything. My issue with it, even though I like space and spaceships and designing, so I was able to overcome a lot of the problems with it. They're all procedurally generated planets, so explorations feel sort of pointless because it's just whatever it's generated for you, and it's all random. This is a tailored planet with a tailored quest line, and by all accounts, it's boring AF. I never bought the game, by the way. It was free on Game Pass day one. That should show you how their market's going. I'm not paying $30 for this. I'll maybe pay $5 or $10 one day, like on a sale. But yeah, by all accounts, yes. And the adding of vehicles to planets was just a quality of life thing that was already added. This is also just like, it's supposed to be an entire new faction and planet and a whole revelatory thing of what happened to them, what they've been doing. And it just seems generic.
So from when
pedantic.
When it released compared to a month before, in what August was a little under 16K, and then September 30th when it released, the peak concurrent was just under 22,000. So basically, they do all this work to get an extra thousands or extra 6,000 on Steam, of course. But yeah, so not worth the money. So they probably lost a bunch of money initially, and then they put out this, which is presumably just losing more money.
The game is fun if you're fun. Other words, it's sort of like a bit of a sandbox. Like once you stop doing the quests, which are not as good as all their other written ones, if you just play the game for its space combat and building your spaceship and running things and building your crew and all that, I found it very fun. Obviously, I played it through twice all the way, and then the space powers you get. But as far as like fucking Skyrim, and we're going to be playing it, there's more people playing Skyrim right now than there are playing Starfield by like a large margin. So, and that's just because Skyrim fantasy and also so much more lovingly crafted.
Oh, post World War III, like post-apocalyptic living, Skyrim is still going to have like 1,000 concurrent playing, even without like electricity or internet. They will find a way.
Yeah.
Also,
fucking current day Californian shit. Because that's all we fucking know! Because we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Commie, traitor to our country!
Everything is better with mods, but even the modding community is not what it is first. Not what they thought it would be.
Yeah, people are always like, hey, the modders will fix it. And then the games are so bad, even the modders aren't interested in fixing it. That's when you know you got a problem.
By the way, Az's rant is like 9 hours into the game if you follow the United Colony storyline. And it's where this woman who's super important admits that she's a clone. And of course, she's a clone of a very important man who ends up still being alive. And that's what set him off. The whole you putting your pronouns, they fucking ask you that once in the creator, and it's literally never mentioned again. No one, I think they even reported if you say you're a they, them, or whatever, they still call you a she or him or whatever, depending on your gender.
This is such a Leon take. Are you just trying to start a fight with Chad?
Yeah, I'm not taking that bait. That's bait.
Gooch, you got any thoughts? You haven't talked for a second.
I wasn't even listening.
Moxie, you got any thoughts?
Tell the class what you were thinking about. No, don't.
Well, I never played it, so I just like zoned it out. I was responding back to a couple people. Sorry.
Yeah.
Rude.
Rude. I've never played it either, but I was mentally back on the previous topic, and because I have recently finally finished Atlas Shrugged, and it's the whole you produce good product, they nerf you, they put controls on you, and you go, I'm out, and then they're left with the slop, and they wonder why they're failing, and then they're like, come back and save us, and I'm like, no, go fuck yourself.
Save us, bigot, save us.
That's where I was mentally. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was with her. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Took the words right out of your mouth.
Great set of eyes. You're very beautiful.
So we're moving on to another game that Gooch is definitely played and interested in. We all knew it was coming. Black Myth Wukong was not nominated for Game of the Year by the Golden Joystick Awards. We joked it would happen. Hell, we knew it would happen. And yet somehow I still find myself somewhat shocked that they actually didn't nominate it. So I smashed JT, I should mention it. The audacity! There's a severe lack of morals in the bloated game industry. There's clearly still a lot of work we need to do. We all knew it was coming. You don't hate the media enough. Badger, any thoughts?
Surprised?
No, Gooch. Hey, Gooch has thoughts now. Gooch, go ahead.
But are we surprised by this at all? Because like you see it in the Oscars, you see it in the Emmys, you see it in any kind of award show. Like people don't even watch that garbage anymore. They don't care about it because they're it's being directed in a one-way street, and it's towards this ESG diversity like crap, and that's all they care about. And people are like, well, no, this game should be getting its due, and it's not.
For a modern gaming audience.
There you go.
Because if they recognized it, they would have to recognize us, and they have to do everything they can to pretend like
I don't even think it's
some
us.
sort of force.
I don't even think it's us so much. I think it's more recognizing another country for putting something out that's against the grain, and they don't want to do that. I think it's a shot at China.
I'm shocked.
That, or I think they might have just been mad that no one listened to them when they complained about it, when they yelled misogyny and stuff.
That's
which they'd actually done like 6 months before or something like that, and like Chinese social media tried to cancel them for it. So it's just they can't acknowledge its success because then they would have to admit that we were right, and they had over 2 point whatever million people playing it. Moxie, you got any thoughts on hating the media more?
We don't hate them enough. Like the government. Fuck the Fed. And the Fed. Let's go.
Correct.
I'm just curious if Ghosts of Yotei, if it changes and redesigns the game to make it a more of like say it's going to go get rid of the female and make it more of a male.
There's no way that
like they're hinting. Well, you never know. Like say because Japan is like pissed off, or Assassin's Creed say. They change everything about that Assassin's Creed. Will it get nominated because of the pushback?
It's like the best trailer ever, by the way. Do you know what this is from?
They will look
Rorschach, wasn't it?
They did. You even said it. He might.
Rorschach. It was Rorschach.
Rorschach.
The
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Rorschach? Gender representation?
Yeah.
He
had
makes me
that
feel
Smashing Pumpkins song.
You were surprised I knew that. I saw the shock.
I know you knew it. I was waiting for Gooch to Rorschach. What Watchmen?
No, she said it. I was just like,
yeah.
Based.
There you go.
You weren't enthusiastic enough, Gooch.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Moxie being based and knowing shit doesn't shock me anymore.
All right. Speaking of things that are shocking, though, Alyssa Mercante,
you had it
drinking her Bud Light, making people look at more of her skin than they would prefer to. Alyssa Mercante's lawyers sent me a cease and desist. This is how it started with Smash JT. Y'all probably know the story. Alyssa Mercante is going full Kotaku on Smash JT because they are sick and tired of us being the media and them failing and failing. I can't believe Kotaku still exists. So Smash JT had to hire Ron Coleman, and he decided to do a GoFundMe. So what did they do? They mass reported it or something another and got it frozen. Transfers paused because this is what they do. Apparently, he's a harasser. So they harassed his GoFundMe and got it shut down. And this is where we arrived at to yet another W. GoFundMe restored.
There we go.
They're so screwed. And like Ron Coleman, like they are so screwed. And then this is what we've moved to now where
Ron's a beast.
Oh, she is so screwed. I'm willing to donate the remaining funds left over from the GoFundMe to cancer research and treatment if Alyssa does not continue moving forward with this frivolously trivial BS. So if she drops the lawsuit, he will donate the GoFundMe funds to cancer patients, which is an excellent chess move as far as I am concerned. And then so of course, then if you go back, people are like, I can't believe you're using cancer people to right, yeah,
of course.
This one, I'll say it more plainly: for using cancer patients trying to get out of being sued is a straight up bitch ass move. No, it was an excellent chess move. You got BTFO'd. It's genius.
Oh, so, she took that worm that was on the hook and just bit on it hard, and she's
swallowed that hook.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Unstoppable. Yeah, I'm kind of honestly a little jealous of Smash JT and his 15 million views. Good work, Alyssa. Good job shutting Smash JT down, who just like a week ago or so blew past Hypno. He's going to be at 100K before long. Holy crap, Smash JT crushing it. Alyssa Mercante somehow still has a job.
Who's laughing now?
Smash's website's actually pretty good. Like, I like his articles and stuff. So not only is he destroying them, literally replacing them on the like news website side of things. I can't figure out why Alyssa Mercante is so mad at him. Let's see. All right, so now we've gotten past all the mandatory stuff.
What would she do without him?
Right.
All right, so Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell was mentioned. I had to pull it up. It's the Running Man remake. But Katie O'Brien, what has this broad been in?
The Mandalorian, the lesbian movie with Bella Swan, whatever the fake her name is.
Twisters reunion? She was in Twisters?
She's the leading man of the lesbian community, basically.
Was she the one no, wait, that was Black Woman. What did she?
She's in Mandalorian and she's in fucking Ahsoka.
Katie O'Brien, I'm looking into it. So is this good or bad then?
Probably not great.
She's a martial artist? Is that why they do it? Oh, I am not liking this hair.
It's one of those things where like the Ghost of Yote, and they got a very specific actress for that role. It makes you think things. This is a very specific actress that you get for very specific roles. Mm-hmm.
Actress.
Yep. I put the spin on the end. Yeah. Lovely lady.
I was looking forward to the Running Man. I am looking forward to it a little less now.
No.
I mean, just because a hand job would make your penis explode, that's all right. Not in that good fun college way.
Snoo.
Death by Snoo, not the most wanted ending.
I'd be the Lois Lane and like
willing.
The Lois Lane Superman.
Flesh is weak. Yeah,
that's a cock ring you don't want.
Difficult, but not impossible. Difficult, but not
my first
impossible.
thought is how many domestic violence charges does she have against her?
Well, she can beat me as long as she tells me she won't do it again afterwards.
Oh, like the testosterone that's being injected.
Kristen Stewart, this was like the movie they were in that I assume.
Yes, that's the one. And then Kristen went around looking greasy.
I'm looking forward to the rumors about all the domestic abuse that took place on that set. All right, so I am no longer excited. I wish I had.
Lesbians are notorious.
Notorious.
No.
Oh, I might have to pull up some Sydney Sweeney pictures or something to make up for this. Like, I don't even. No.
If you just focus on one specific area and then just don't do any body movement. Yeah.
Just the side boob.
Oh,
nothing
my
else.
God.
The black space. That's what
Abby. Yeah. Why was she cast as Abby?
Actually, genuinely, that is a good suggestion. All right, save us, Sydney Sweeney, please. No, dang it, it's blurry.
Finkel,
I'll find one that's not.
Einhorn, Finkel. Laces out.
Here we go. Save us, Sydney. Cast her and Glenn Powell and everything. Oh, we're saved! Thank God.
Yeah. A
Love
human
that dress.
growth hormone for sure. Yeah, the dress is fantastic.
She's okay.
Yeah, can't stop staring at it. Gooch. I'm worried about you, man. I'm worried about you. All right, words, things. All right, something. Chat, you're gonna have to help me out on this one because I've seen chat talk about Battletech has a pretty rabid fan base. I know nothing about it, but I did see some comic books and I was looking through them. And I'm like, I am interested. And similar to Battletech, or similar to like Warhammer, Battletech has like some extended lore and whatnot. They'll have books, and that's one of the ways that they like to slip all the woke stuff in. And then also like sci-fi, like writing, they are crazy at canceling. They love canceling people in the sci-fi space. So Battletech yet again dealing with this, and we just talked about it. Just give us what we want. Don't destroy everything and take it over and cancel everyone. And that's what happened in Battletech. And then
Jin Sakai?
yeah, more than Yote.
Yeah.
So this is another situation like with comic books where I'm like looking at Battletech, but I'm like, can I trust Battletech? People seem to really like it. I'm like,
that's one of my videos. They've been woke for a while.
Yeah.
There's like trans flag on
Didn't
their battle bots and shit. Like, yeah.
Yes, and
it's not them.
I like
it's the
mechs.
higher ups.
I like mechs. I wanted to give them my money, but I'm like, no, I know what side of the culture where they're on, and I don't know. It's like with comics, I didn't know which ones to read, like who to support. I don't want to give money to people who hate me and stuff. So I got kept out of Battletech because they're a bunch of crazies.
Yeah.
You get what you deserve, but then sadly we lose a bunch of our beloved IPs in the process. And that's the problem. And then that's why we create our own stuff. And then Rippaverse, Rippa created his own thing. And then that got me into the mainstream comics they kept me out of. One of the people they hate is one who got me in. All their priorities are so messed up. But as more and more normies like Asmongold wake up to it, people are going to be done putting up with this nonsense. All right. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? Or we want to try to end this a little bit short for once?
I was looking for the trans flags.
Oh, you're trying to pull it
Joker
up?
2?
Yeah, it's like I can go another 2 or 3 hours on Joker 2 if you guys want, but
I can't wait to be punished for this.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, here you
You
Goldfinger.
master
Yes.
your own
I have my
domain.
own domain.
Goldfinger is the one I was hoping for. Goldfinger
King of the
1.
county.
Right, Goldfinger. All right, Badger, you want to go and start your outro for us, please, young man?
Yes. I have shows that you'll see next week. Tomorrow with you. Then I'm going to be on George, the Giant Slayers Sunday Slayer Nation, and then late night with the Gooch with, I believe,
everyone here
at some point.
Ooh.
Or when we'll show up later. Yes.
Fashionable.
So there. Really Gooch. Late night with
Super
him. Let's show up for that.
Super Robot Wars. Oh my god, I have so many post-it notes now. Super Robot Wars, which yes, he has sent me. And that one I was interested in playing because it didn't have a questionably inappropriately young anime girl on the front of the cover. Tomak! But we'll talk about that later. I really appreciate all your support. Gooch, was there anything else you want to plug? I mean, someone else already kind of took care of it. SH?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow night, late night with Gooch and gang. You guys will all be there, and the special guest is Wyatt's Metal. So it should be a great show tomorrow night. It should be a lot of fun. I believe Nia. Pardon me.
I've not streamed with Wyatt yet.
You're in for a treat.
Wow.
Wyatt's great. Wyatt is great. And I believe Niat's back, so we'll have him back as well, and a few others. So yeah, swing on by tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern.
So that's a thing. You're gonna keep doing that?
Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing. Just like Gooch is a thing. It's a Gooch thing. It's a Gooch thing.
Who saw
Gooch
11/11 last night after
Hot
their
Tua
stream?
on that
Just saying.
Gooch.
Hot
Oh
Tua, yes.
no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Tomak. All right. He knows my rules. All right. Moxie, thank you for coming on. Oh my god, I can't believe anyone comes on these shows, let alone you. Please tell us where we can find you.
Well, thanks for having me, even though, I have some deficits as far as the nerddom goes. I get it. I'm not quite there.
Me too.
But I'm on track. Okay, I'm trying. I'm an elder nerd. I'm a boomer. I'm still getting into it. I'm getting help from you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tonight I have my new monthly kind of grip stream. Young 3PO. I have my grip stream. The incentive being Gothy Moxie. So yeah, get that. It's a rotating panel stream once a month. So I'm looking to snatch y'all up here and there as you're available for that. And that's tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific. And then tomorrow, Late Night with Gooch. Monday, I have Ryan Roger Athe on my Saucy Rabble, so that should be interesting. Lots of things. I have my schedule up, so I plan things out pretty far ahead. So if you just go to Moxie Dame on YouTube, you'll see what's coming up for like the next month and a half. So
yeah, maybe we'll get Jay on here with us.
Yeah, why is it not out yet? I demand my AC Green, Jay. We got to be getting close. Did I miss it? God, I better not miss it. I'm going to be so mad if I miss. I want to be there in line before the door opens.
He needs to be on Late Night first.
I certainly got to get him on Late Night with the Gooch for sure.
Yeah, he has to be on Late Night with Gooch with all of us. And
how else can I show him my butter? It's not a sexual euphemism. How else can I show him my butter dish?
It was. It was sexual.
And it could be literal and a euphemism, Badger.
Yeah, I meant both though. I did mean it sexually. He's tall. Jay.
Can't wait.
Look at this. What is life? What is even life? We got Jay in the chat, Hypnotics in the chat, Moxie's on stream with us. Gooch is he's quitting and taking over everything.
Let's see.
Love it. I am? I feel like it.
I keep hearing it.
I am the law.
That is something I also hear and I agree with. Yes.
Where's it at? It's next to Canada, right?
The law.
Miss you guys so much. Whatever you do, do not go see Joker 2 unless you're a Badger. He deserves it.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Come on.
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Stay Gucci.
Bye, everyone. Subscribe to Moxie Day.